Hi, I'm Dr Anthony Keating from d.o.t Motors. So we own d.o.t Motorcycles, and we're manufacturing from Greater Manchester, Bolton University, the National Centre for Motorsport Engineering. This bike you see in front of you was developed and designed during COVID. So we work closely with Guy Martin on the design and the handling on the motorcycle. So Guy's got a lot of influence within the bike. Steve Parrish helped us develop and tweak the bike to where it is now. Steve took it up Goodwood Hill at the Festival of Speed. So the history on the bikes go back to 1903. They were actually made by a guy called Harry Reid. In 1906, Harry Reid won the TT in the Isle of Man. And the bikes were then obviously built in Manchester. d.o.t stands for devoid of trouble. And we've tried to keep the ethos of the bikes, because they were all handmade in Manchester, all the engineering. When you have a look, the d.o.t Owners Club have all the drawings for the original bikes, and they're all hand architects into the bikes. We've took it a step further, so all these bikes are designed on SolidWorks, so each part and everything else that you see, like they are in Manchester back in the day, they're all handmade. So we developed and designed all the jigs, all the tubes are pre-bent and laser cut, and they're TIG welded up in the factory where we work. The saddles are actually made in Newcastle, so we try and keep as much of the engineering in the UK as we can. Even all the frame and all the other parts that you see and see machined, they're made up by us in Manchester at the factory. The shock absorbers at the moment in time we're using Showa forks, but obviously d.o.t in the day used Earl forks and they use the Villas engine. We currently use a Kawasaki 650 engine. We keep the bike nice and light, so they like the original bike. This weighs in at 160 kilos, and there's a nod back to the original bikes. So any carbon work, we do it on the autoclave. So we've used 3D printing and modern techniques to make sure that the CNC parts fit correctly. And we obviously want to make the bikes so that they are devoid of trouble. That's why we use the Kawasaki engine. We can also customise it like the factory used to do to the customers in the day. There's a bike on the stand that's actually 1921, that's 100 years this year. And you can see that engineering that we want to push back and make our bikes, so when I'm not around in 100 years, people can actually say, you know, this is the history of the bike and this is where it stands. We can do unique colours. Our theme at the moment is we actually use the same RAL colour as the chassis. This is a Cerakoted chassis, so it's done by a gunsmith, and the exhaust is done the same as well. So that's Cerakoted for heat reduction, and the engines are Euro 6.